All right, so welcome to another video. Today, what I want to do is go ahead and take a look at Netflix. We're going to go ahead and check out what happened here with the earnings report. And basically, it's crashing the stock quite a bit. So after the earnings, we're having a little bit of a sell-off. Keep in mind, none of these are recommendations to buy, sell, or trade anything, just my own personal opinion. So let's check things out. And you can also, by the way, grab some cool stuff over here at our Discord channel. Just go in and check out the Discord channel. You can see some of the technical analysis stuff that I post right there. And of course, check out the website right here at tradersfly.com and check out some of the live classes. All right, so Netflix went ahead and reported some earnings. So it's basically selling off in a big move downward. It's losing subscribers for the first time. Said it shed here 200,000 subscribers for the first time in 3 months of the year, when it had been expecting to add 2.5 million. So basically they're losing subscriber count quite rapidly. And, you know, I think just a lot of people are overwhelmed with a lot of different streaming services. There's like, 7 or 10 of them. So it's like you're going to be paying like 10 different things, 10, 15 bucks a month just to be able to watch all the different shows. So I think people are finding other alternatives and different ways of doing it. And, so it really just sheds quite a bit. First quarterly subscriber loss in 10 years. If you take a look at the stock chart, basically plummeting about right here, 36 to 38%, down about $127 for the day. So it's huge. I mean, you're down 36% just for the day. So in general, you're down almost 70% from the highs that we just had in or near the highs right around November timeframe. So when the stock is down about 70%, that's quite significant. I mean, the stock was around almost $700 a share. Now we're almost down at 200. So chances are we'll probably come in and touch the 200, because just with the energy and momentum of, the movement downward, it's very extreme and very significant. So what I would watch here is, we're looking at some of these support levels right here. And there's a couple support zones here, but we're already passing that. So I think right now the next spot, you're going to get into some psychological levels of 200. But you had this dry up in volume all the way going to the upside. So you could see as we were heading up, the volume was starting to dry out. And now you've got a release of selling pressure from all these people that were in here, maybe holding the stock now, saying, hey, well, maybe get out with something so that way I don't have a loss, or break even at least over the last couple of years. And that could be happening right now. And 200 could be a nice stopping point right here. It's psychological. You also have a little bit of traction here on the earlier breakout that you had before, kind of the breakaway that happened. So we'll see if it gets into 200. You're probably getting to a certain point where you are going to start seeing that the stock is oversold. I don't know if it's going to be right now. If you just start looking at it from a monthly perspective, we are breaking some significant levels. And you're just looking at this, you've got a big breakdown right there. And now that stock is starting to roll over. So I would start looking at some of these key support technical indicator levels. But it's tough to really say, because the volume selling pressure actually is kind of weak right now relative to what it could be. Because if you look at all this buying pressure over here, I mean, if you start getting shorts in here and piling in, this thing could actually go much lower, and you could have some more significant problems. So be a little more careful here with these kinds of moves. Because right now, from a Fibonacci level, I mean, you're already pulled back quite a handful, and so it could continue to still go lower just from shorts piling in. But the stock has had some good, tremendous growth. I mean, if you look at from 2002, if you connect some of the longer term support lines, it's still a little bit intact right here. So here's kind of our channel that we're working, and you're still in that same range. So you're still not in the lower end. But I know from a shorter term perspective, this doesn't look good. From a longer term, this still looks okay, but would I go ahead and nibble some here? Probably not. So right now, the stock is crashing in a big way. It's pretty much toast. I think it's one that's going to need a little more time to digest, similar to what happened before. Like after we had this big down move, it takes time to digest the move. We got another down move. I think it'll take, again, just that same amount of time to digest the move. That usually takes, 3 to 6 months. Sometimes it takes 3 to 5 days just to digest the earnings part of it. But from a nasty move like that, it always takes longer. So be a little more careful here with these stocks that are starting to pull back in a big way. This one's definitely crashing. I'd watch 200 right now to see if it holds here and just starts kind of leveling off. We're already down, 36%. But from a intraday ticks, you could see, hey, we got some massive selling pressure, but now we're seeing a little bit of, shorts taking some profits and that kind of thing. So watch that 200. And if we break below that, then you'll kind of reevaluate. But 200 is that first stop. The next stop's maybe about 130. And I would watch that because you've got swing points over here that'll draw it out. So there's some support right here at 130. You got 200 is more support. And those are kind of some of the key levels from a technical basis. Other than that, you just don't know when it'll reverse. But you're starting to get into, 2016 earnings level or pricing levels. And that's where right now the stock is crashing quite a bit, and it's pretty much toast for a little while. That's from my personal perspective. And I'd say, it'll take a couple months for sure, 3 months plus, for it to really just digest some things. Yes, sometimes you get a nasty down move and then a snap back fairly quickly. Maybe somebody announces, hey, they're going to buy up more shares of Netflix, like a billionaire or some other CEO or something. But for the time being, the stock's weak, the energy's weak, the volume's starting to pick up steam to the downside. The stock's been toppy. Market overall is weak, so there's a lot of negativeness behind it, and that's what I would be a little bit more careful about in this one. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for joining me. Feel free to grab some freebies here on our website. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, and check out some of the live classes that we have available on our website as well.